Good morning, everybody. You're looking live, 2300 Jackson Street. Once again, I see the names, but not the comments. Lanikra, Drew, could someone just say hi and see if it pops up? We had the same problem yesterday. I had to go to another phone to actually see the comments. Don't know why it's doing that. Okay, let me just wait a minute or so and we'll so the flowers are still here. I'm trying to keep them. The brothers will probably be here one day this week. The show's Saturday, 8 o'clock at the Hard Rock. There's tickets still available, and I'm kind of spraying them a little water each day, and the K is kind of coming apart in the center, but the J's hanging in there. So once again, we did our tribute to Jackie and Mr. Jackson, 94th birthday on Saturday. And today we are going to do a tribute to Joe Jackson. All right. Once again, I'm not seeing comments, so maybe they'll pop on later. Oh, there's one. I see Becky. Hello, everyone. Okay. The first comment I saw, okay, Becky, Sandy, hi. Okay, good. All right, so we have the comment. So the ladies coming at 12 o'clock. We're going to ride around Gary. And we're going to show you all the spots, so hang in there. Get some popcorn. Today is about the J. Today's about JJ. Joseph Walter Jackson. The patriarch, the talent manager, was born in Fountain Hills, Arkansas, to Crystal Lee and Samuel Jackson. How funny is that? Crystal Lee. Wow. I don't know if she's watching. I can't see, but all right. Joseph's father was a teacher, and his great-grandfather was a U.S. Army Scout. So obviously, he was disciplined. His parents were divorced when he was 12. He went to live with his father in Oakland. The Hawk. He went to live with his father in Oakland. And when he was 18, his father remarried. So he moved back to East Chicago to live with his mother, two brothers and a sister. And yep, Samuel Jackson and Crystal Lee. And Joseph was a boxer in the Golden Gloves program. And he met Miss Catherine when he was 17 years old. They got married in 1949 and purchased this house, 2300 Jackson Street, 1950. There's Crystal Lee. Crystal Lee, we just mentioned Joseph's mother, Crystal Lee, and father, Samuel Jackson. So they bought this house, 2300 Jackson Street, in 1950. So this January, this house will be 75 years old. Rebe was born that same year, 1950. So Joseph had to give up boxing and, to support the family. So he went to work at, it was called Inland Steel at the time. And he took a second job at a foundry shop in Chicago. He also played with his brother Luther in the early 50s. And then right back here, that's where they used to practice, starting in the early 60s. Good. Sorry, I lost the feed there. I better stay near the hot spot. I think that's the problem. Okay, so early 60s. Tito, Jermaine, and Jackie were called the Jackson brothers. And then after adding Michael and Marlon, they became the Jackson 5. And after a couple years, I'm gonna show you the schools later when the lady comes. But they were playing, talent contest and basically high school functions, and then they went to play the Apollo. 1967, they got their first record contract with Steeltown Records. And the first single, Big Boy was the first single released January 1968 on Steeltown. And after that, they got an audition with Motown, and they signed a contract in 1969 with Motown, moved to LA, and we all know the first 4 hits. Went to number 1, I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, I'll Be There. And 1974, Joseph formed his own record label, Ivory Tower International Records. And they left Motown to sign with Epic. Jermaine stayed behind, married Berry Gordy's daughter. And little beknownst to the Jackson 5, Berry Gordy had their name copyrighted, so they couldn't use the Jackson name. They had to become the Jacksons. 1982, Joseph managed Janet's career for a while, and in 2002, he was given a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the best entertainment manager of all time. All started right there. You guys are saying Frozen. That's the last comment I see is Frozen. So, I'm not sure. All right, let's try and do this. The lady's coming in a little while. We're going to ride around Gary. Let's start, and let's see how this goes.
The song sounds so much better than it did in the recording studio, so I pulled over to the side of the road.
Right away, it's starting on me. All right.
Hello out there, my name is Joe Jackson. All these up here.
I'm going to put this up here to try to block the view. Hang on one second, you
We
guys.
sold over 60 million records.
Hold on.
And we just come with
Let me start this over. Hold on.
Jackson. All these.
There's a little bit of glare, but I'm thinking if I can... You guys tell me how that looks. If it looks stupid. Nah, that kind of looks stupid. Can't do much with the glare, I'm sorry. Always something. Let's see if we go like this. Hang on one second, sorry. No, it's not going to work. All right. Hey,
Hello out there, my name is Joe Jackson. All these up here is the Jackson family. We sold over 60 million records, and we just come with a new company, a new family of people, good working people, call themselves the Epic People, the Epic Family. We're glad to be with them. Janet, would you tell the people out there how you like recording your first song?
Well, it was fun, and first I was scared because I really didn't know what it was like. And it was really fun. You have time to play
What?
and all that.
What's your
I was
question?
extremely nervous. And then the more we go to the studio, the more calm I am because I realize the fact that I'm in there to try to do my best. And as a result, I'm getting used to it. But that first time was awfully hard. Well, I was nervous at first, but as we continued to go in the studio, I was more relaxed. And now I can understand and know that you really don't know what you can do until you try it out.
I have been recording for a while. This is my first time recording with the girls. And it's 3 of them. It's, one me.
My brothers and I, we all dance a lot. We like dancing, and we work together and do all the latest dances. And that helps us also with our choreography when we get in the studio.
And we come up with different steps. We've always done it that way. And I think it's so much better when you do it And we do our own because we know what we want, we know what we can do.
And right now, it gives me great pleasure to do something I've always looked forward to doing, and that is to introduce the man who was responsible from the very beginning for the development of this wonderful group of entertainers. He is a senior member of the Jackson family, their father, Mr. Joseph Jackson. How about it? So it's really a pleasure having you here, and I guess you ought to be commended not only for starting out what has become such a tremendous attraction all over the world, but also for the way you seem to manage to stay in the background.
Well, I like to stay in the background, Dom. It's the place to be, you know. You can see what's happening up front when you stay in the background.
Give us a little background on just how the beginning came about.
Oh, well, like, we used to do a lot of shows around Chicago, nightclubs, you know, and...
You were living in Gary then?
Right. We used to travel from Gary to Chicago in the wintertime when it was cold. We did some shows around Chicago, and then from there to Apollo, the Regal Theater.
Yeah, this may sound like a silly question now, but during the time, did you ever have any visions that your kids would be this successful?
I had a vision it would happen, but, you know, it took a lot of rehearsals and a lot of push-up forward for them to get this far. And it really was a big push. It's a hard struggle, but it paid off.
Yeah. Incidentally, Joe, I have a film clip that we'd like to show that was taken recently at a very delightful party that you gave at your home in Encino. And we'd like to show that film right now. It's already on. That's the backyard, right?
Yeah, that's the backyard. We are preparing the party. The people haven't arrived yet, but we're looking forward to them to arrive pretty soon. They're beginning to come in now.
That's a rather large estate, shall we say. What's the ground? How much ground
It's
is
about 2.5 acres, a backyard. And there we have the tables all set. And all kinds of food are there down there. We have ice cream for the kids and other things for the older people.
Always people coming. Always.
So besides people in the industry, you also had just plain friends and not so famous people, right?
Not so famous people, and we had famous people such as disc jockeys and the people that was working with us during the past, which we tried to show our appreciation to all of these people. We were sorry that we couldn't have all of them to be there at the party.
That was Randy with a cast on.
Yeah, that's Randy.
How did he injure his leg?
He was, Randy's a little kung fu cat, and he was practicing kung fu, and he kicked one out with his foot.
Red Fox.
It's Red Fox.
And that was your wife, Mrs. Jackson, with him?
Yeah, it's Jermaine there playing the volleyball. That's Michael. I don't know who's that he's playing with there. They're playing a basketball game there. They had a good game there. We won the game, which, it's a very good game.
Here comes Tito.
Yeah, it's Tito and his wife and his little baby.
And what's the baby's name?
The baby's name is
just a Monday,
Jackson.
just a Monday morning,
Jackson,
right? Nothing going on this week. I've seen probably 15 people in the past 15 minutes. I spoke to a lovely couple, Michael. If you guys are watching,
Michael likes babies.
They gave me a good Waffle House to go to.
Babies. And he's very fond of babies.
People all over the world.
When Michael was about 6, and he'd be on the show.
Just a Monday morning. It's not a holiday. It's
grown-up women who would be associated with the show for one reason or another, like dancers and what have you. They'd always fall in love with Michael. You could always find Michael in some lady's arms. They just couldn't keep their hands off of it.
That's Michael and my wife and myself. And that's little Randy there.
It's Junior Walker, about third from the...
Hi, I'm Tito Jackson.
I'm Jackie Jackson.
And this is our journey. It was a lot of fun coming up in Gary, Indiana as children. You know, we lived in a very small house with all the children, so we had each other to entertain each other. We didn't have many toys for Christmas and things of that nature, but it was always exciting to wake up and see what your friends got.
Two-bedroom house.
Two-bedroom house. See what your friends got and play with their little toys, their sleds or whatever they got. You know, we would take over that.
That little house brought us all together with peace, harmony, and love, and we learned to sing and dance in that little house, and that's how the Jacksons came about.
When we were in Gary, Indiana, we played a lot of baseball and did a lot of boxing.
Every day we played baseball.
All the time, every day. Matter of fact, we lived directly behind the baseball field. Foul balls would come into our yard and all this crazy stuff. But Jackie was an excellent
Right there.
pitcher.
Right there, baseball field.
I was looking at me from Chicago White Sox and Cubs, but I pursued a music career because I thought, well, my brothers, it was last long, easier money, quicker. So I stuck with my brothers. I'm so happy I made that choice. And also we did some boxing too.
Yeah, my father, he made sure that we could whoop everybody in the neighborhood, you know, because Gary, Indiana was a tough area at that time. And he just wanted us to be able to protect ourselves. And Jermaine used to pick a lot of fights. He'd run home, and I had to finish him. And he'd run home telling my parents, Tito fighting. And he started the fight.
Yeah, he was the whole start to fight.
People have an assessment of the way that you were raised. It's in the news, like people talk about, you know, Joe and how he raised you. Did you feel any level of resentment? Did you think that was unnecessary or just what you needed?
What I say about that is people can say what they want. You know, I know my lifestyle. I respect people. People respect me. And my father was strict, but he had his reasons. You know,
You didn't think that those reasons were unreasonable.
Oh, no. I mean, come on, we're all black in here just about.
Just about. That's what you got.
Everybody said the way he right. He looks like a manager.
Now, come on, we know what I'm saying. You know, our parents didn't spare the rod, man. You know, if you did something wrong, you was scared to go home.
Right.
So that's just the way it was.
And that's I always thought, like, look, I can't. That man, I wasn't in that household, but I can say this: your name is written in the stars, and you have to have, to some degree, some level of appreciation for what got you there.
Absolutely.
So you're appreciative of it.
Oh man, I've always said, way back in the day, that I think that my father did a fantastic job. I think he's one of the greatest men. And today a lot of men need to learn from him.
I think so too.
Yeah, because
no, I didn't. I'm glad he went to the bar just father. That's been crazy. But, you know what's very funny? I have a family. I have a family of 4, and you talk to all of our family, and they will have a different interpretation of the way that they were raised, and a different interpersonal relationship with the same house, same food, same. But you would think we were raised in 4 different houses with 4 different sets of parents, because everybody has an idea and a interpretation of the way they were raised that doesn't have. You could have the same situation and interpret it a different way.
Yeah, that's true. Me and Jackie probably, and Jermaine got the blunt of whatever it was that we, you know, then about time Michael, Marlon, and Randy and Janet came along, you know, he was pretty tired. So
It ran out of wind.
You spent all this time with Petito ass. You gotta lay down a little bit.
Yeah. So he could never hit Michael. He swing over here, Michael's over there. So
all of this stuff, and we have to talk about it. All the stuff that's going on with Michael. How does that make you feel? What do you
well, it makes me feel really bad because Michael is probably one of the most different.
It's an artificial city. Does Elbert H. Gary have anything to do with the success and the talent of the king of pop? I don't think so.
I think in the instance of the Jacksons, the dad was pretty inspired. imposed upon them some of his own dreams.
I challenge any man to take a house 24 by 28 feet, working in a steel mill, 9 children, and one become the greatest entertainer in the world, put Gary, Indiana on the world map, and was raised right here by Joe and Catherine Jackson. I challenge any man to take that job on.
What you have is the #1 musical family in the world. Now, could they have done that without a father at home? I don't think so. Could they have done it without having to choose music practice over playing ball? I don't think so. Could they have done it without the father screaming at them sometime, like coaches do? I don't think so.
He knew the potential that they had. He knew it was going to be tough. And in the times they were doing it, if you think about it, there were no black superstars like that. They had to dedicate themselves. They had to practice more because they had to be that much better than a white counterpart. So he pushed them. And I think that is what gave them the ethic. That's why Michael had the ethic I believe that he had.
He's got a lot of kids dreaming.
Mr. Jackson, it is my real great pleasure to be sitting here with you this afternoon. You are a legacy. You are a legend in this business. Can you talk about those early days?
I was born in Arkansas.
Okay.
And went to school in Arkansas. Later, my mother and father separated. Then I went to Oakland with my father, and my mother went to Indiana. My father went to Oakland.
Did you always want a large family?
No, I just wanted a small family, but I'm the type of guy that when my wife started having kids, most of the guys was doing away with the kids and stuff like that. I stuck with every one of mine. I worked in the mill. I was an crane operator. You see, the operator of big cranes. I believed in. And you have those kids, you could stay with them and raise them. Like some of the people in those days, or some of the guys in those days, they had one baby, and then they would run off. I couldn't do that. If you have them, you work for them, bring them up the right way, and then that's it. I was taught to stay with the family and be a father to the family. I was a father. After, I think it was the 5th kid, I knew I needed another job, so I took up a trade. It was a welding trade, a local trade stuff. I took that trade up and finished that trade and got another job as an art welder. I used to do that too, so that made me have 2 jobs to deal with. I worked 2 jobs almost 10 years. Well, they had a lot of problems at that time, with a lot of crime and stuff. And that's one of the reasons that I was able to keep my kids at home. I know Michael always complained, but he never did have a childhood. He had a wonderful childhood. Why I say that? Because his childhood, he was there with his brothers and sisters. He always played with them. I just didn't want him out there playing with the kids and stuff that always in the trouble. And they were, some of those kids are in prison, some of them are dead, and mine never was that. In raising those kids, I raised them close. They was able to entertain each other, and I thought that was good. They didn't have to go out there in the streets. They wasn't locked up like some of the other people or robbing people. They never did none of that stuff.
And I ask you a question. There is a difference between a beating and a spanking.
A spanking, you just spank them a little bit with your hand or something, let them know that's wrong what they're doing. A beating come from the slavery days. When they used to beat the slaves, because when the slaves tried to run for freedom or something, they grabbed them and beat them and tortured them, And they beat them with just about anything they get their hands on, put scars on them and all that type of thing. And that's the difference between beating, and that's where it came from in the slavery days by the slave masters.
Tell me, when did music become a part of their lives? Was that a dream of yours? Was that something that you saw that could protect them even more?
Well, that came from me being involved with some type of music and things. I'm rehearsing, and they be standing around listening and looking. And when I bought my instruments, and my wife used to sort of like scold me about buying so many instruments because I kind of want them involved with it as well. And so after being them involved with the instruments, Tito used to play my guitar and all that stuff, and he learned how to play pretty good. And then the group, my wife rehearsed them a lot too. She found out they were had good harmony when they sing, and the one was playing the guitar, and the one was playing the bongos and stuff. So it was making a little noise.
Was there a moment, Mr. Jackson, where you looked at your kids, or maybe it was Tito first, and maybe Jermaine, or all of them, and you said, you know what? There's something really special about my boys. Like, these aren't regular boys. There's some talent there.
Well, I saw the talent there, and they were learning real good. But when Michael got involved, when singing with them and all that type of thing, I really saw the real talent there because he was doing things, spinning and dancing and all that stuff, which most artists gets on stage when they get ready to perform. These are ones to put to the other, and they don't have any magic in what they're doing on stage. Mm-hmm. But Michael had it all, He was learning. He must have been rehearsing a little bit, off to the side when no one was looking, but he was very good dancing and spinning and doing the split, Back then they were doing the split.
The James Brown split?
Yeah. But he learned real fast.
So you saw magic in Michael?
I saw magic in all of them with Michael leading the songs, yeah. But Jermaine's a very good leader too. Jermaine, it's kind of hard to tell which one's the better singer, but I think Jermaine may be just a little bit better ballad singer than Michael is. But one thing Jermaine couldn't do, he couldn't dance and play the guitar like Michael could. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Michael could dance, yeah.
So he couldn't put it all together.
He couldn't put it all out together at the same time.
And when did you know? Do you remember their first performance? Like when you took them out in front of people? Obviously, there must have been a lot of performances in the living room first, or in the house.
The first performance I'm looking at was back then was at a talent show, and I think it was a Steel Town that I signed a 6 months contract with. But we were doing a lot of talent shows before the Steel Town, before signing up the Steel Town. And we were winning all of the talent shows, every last one of them. And all over Illinois, we were winning talent shows and all that type of thing. Then we started playing the clubs, And that's what happened, nightclubs, things of that sort.
Let me read a quote that Michael said. He said, I thought this was interesting. He said, talent is something God gives to a performer, but my father taught us how to cultivate it. I thought that was a nice thing he said.
Where did you get that from? That's the first time I heard of that.
That's the first you heard? Yeah. That's out of his book. That's out of his autobiography.
Well, they taught him a lot of things, When they walked out on that stage, they were ready out there for anything,
Tell me about that Apollo night. Do you remember it like it was yesterday?
Oh yeah, because.
Tell me about that.
Well, there was a place where talent would go and try to win at the Apollo Theater. If you win that, the saying was you could perform any place in the world. But if you didn't win, you had to touch the little stump they had on stage. They still got that thing there too. Mm-hmm. If you didn't win, those fans are out there with things and throw balls up there after you. So I was hoping they would throw that at all. We won.
You performed for Barry, or were you asked to come back?
We did a little type of audition for Barry, yes. Baby sort of like scratched his head, and, you know, kids, you know. But we did this little talent for him, and he told him to sign him up. Sign him up.
What did that feel like?
Yeah. Well, that felt good, you know. Old town, sign you up.
Sign you up.
Yeah. I've seen Michael when he was younger, during the Apollo days. He make his little money and all that stuff, and he come back to the area where he lives at close to 2300 Jackson Street. And he go by a lot of candy, and you have all those kids in the neighborhood sitting around in a circle there. And in the middle of the circle, all this candy he had bought, and they'd be reaching over just eating candy. He'd be just laughing, having a good time with it. Yes.
Your son's legacy is first your legacy. Whenever you say, what does it mean? What is the legacy of the Jacksons? What does it mean to be a Jackson?
To me, to be a Jackson, that's a Jackson name, you know, for my father. My father carried the name. You know, we was the only one that had an 8 model Ford way back there. I think in 28 or something like that. Now, my father was a professor, school professor. And we was the only family that had a car. Because everybody else had those horses and mules pulling wagons. And so we had an 8 model Ford, my father did, call him Professor Jackson. So it didn't need something to be a Jackson.
During Michael's trial, for the sex abuse trial, and you walking with him, outside almost every day to that courthouse. There was a real sense of pride on your face, and it's like you were protecting your son at a moment where he really needed it.
Yeah, but by being there when he needed me, that was support I was giving him. That was support that he needed to know that I was there for him. And that's what I did. I was there all those times, of course.
Do you think he needed you before he passed? And was there
yes,
time?
he did. I tried so hard. But there was people around him. You know, we had, during the trial, there was a lawyer, and I'm going to call his name. He'd be proud of me calling his name on TV. His name is David LeGrand. He lives in Las Vegas. Michael hired this lawyer to be his lawyer. And this lawyer, believe me or not, this lawyer checked everybody out that worked for Michael. I mean, everybody that had worked for him. When he got up there on court, they called him up. The lawyer said, to the jury. The lawyer said to the jury, I checked everybody out that had worked for Michael, and every one of them was cheating him. That's what he said. Every one was cheating. So, after the jury had recessed, I called David out in the hall, and I said, David, I said, why didn't you do something about this, what you just reported? He gave me the impression that if he had tried to do something, they would do something terrible to him.
Let me ask you a question. If you were in Michael's life, would he still be alive today?
Of course. I had told some people, some friends, that if I don't get to Michael, he ain't gonna be here long. I said that. He won't be with us long. And I called the shot to the T. That's exactly what had happened. I just didn't like to see him. Matter of fact, I wouldn't go and see him laying up in the casket because I didn't want to remember him like that. You know? I wanted to remember him live and dancing on stage.
He was your boy.
He's my son.
Joe Jackson Day represents a day for our father. We don't celebrate birthdays really, so we create a day for our father and a day for our mother. All the family comes and we present them with speeches, how we feel about them, and we give them presents. There he is, the guy who taught me everything on stage. There's Janet. There's Alex the chimp. She's got earrings on. See, my father loves animals. I think that's where I got my love for animals from.
Thank you for that, Joseph.
But this was his
Right,
day.
Bubs?
There's two names for that ride, the spider or the puke bucket. I don't think Janet got on this. She's just a little chicken. But the real fun is when you see 500 kids, you know, terminally ill children having fun. And that's the part comes to life. They're having fun. Here's my mother and father shooting together, which is a great shot. It's fantastic. She's taking the popcorn. This is my nephew Taj, nephew Augie. Look at her. She's like me. She loves the camera. It's Janet and myself. Yeah, what? The whole family calls her Dunk, which is short for donkey. We've always called her that since she was a little girl. We're going into the movie theater to see a magic show. Two ice cream, that's hers. Janet loves to eat.
This is the one. This is it.
Watch Augie. I gotta put their neck in there. Look at Augie. He's just backing up.
You want to sit down? Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it. Here it goes. Everybody's gonna say one. Everybody's gonna say two. Everybody's gonna say.
He ran. Well, look at him. He ran. He ran out of the theater. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is back at the other house. That day, Janet and I gave my father, we bought him a boat, and he loves to fish. He loves fishing. He loves the outdoors. He's an outdoorsman.
That's why you all have this. It's nice. Look at this.
Right over my head.
Oh, he loves it.
Oh, she come on over this boat. Look at her.
He's teasing her.
Let's go boat, Mom.
Oh, it's a big day.
All right. Okay. Hello, Blanket. This is Joe Jackson. And your health is, I don't know what, you like your father. Now I understand why your father had you wear masks all the time, because news people was bothering him so much, and so they try to disguise you as much as possible. But I know what you mean, man. But I want you to stay healthy and stay off those bikes too, you know. Don't ride none. Yeah. But anyway, tell all your brothers I said hello and stay clean and healthy. And see a lot of movies if you can, good movies, of course. Be like me, be tough, though, be tough in a good way. And you live a long time. And above all, I love you all. You take care, man. You be good. And I'll see you next time I come to L.A. Okay? Adios.
Well, guys, just hours after the world learned of Joe Jackson's death from pancreatic cancer, his granddaughter, Paris Jackson, reflected on his life calling him, quote, one of the greatest patriarchs to ever live. Paris posted a touching photo on Instagram of her holding her grandfather's hand in his final moments of life, captioning the post in part, spending those last few moments with you were everything. Being able to tell you everything I needed to tell you before saying goodbye was such a blessing. Paris goes on to say, you were the first true Jackson, the legend that started it all. None of us would be anywhere near where we're at if it weren't for you. You are the strongest man I know. Your life's work will go down in history, as will you. She concluded by describing some of their last conversations together. She said, quoting advice you gave me when I was a little kid and seeing your eyes light up, sharing stories my dad used to tell me about you, telling a joke and hearing you laugh for the last time, my heart is full knowing we left each other in that way.
Life removed all the innocence. My father would lift me high and dance with my mother and me, and then spin me around till I fell asleep. Then up the stairs he would carry me, and I knew for sure I was loved. If I could get another chance, another walk, another dance with him, I'd play a song that would never, ever end. How I'd love, love, love to dance with my father again. When I and my mother would disagree, to get my way I would run from her to him. He'd make me laugh just to comfort me, yeah, yeah. Then finally make me do just what my mama said. Later that night when I was asleep, the dollar under my sheet. Never dreamed that he would be gone from me. If I could steal one final glance, one final step, one final dance with him, I'd play a song that would never, ever end.
Joseph Walter Jackson, 2300 Jackson Street. Okay, hello everybody. What time is it? Someone tell me what time? I don't know. I think I'm running late. I'm waiting on the ladies coming at 12 o'clock, and we're gonna ride around to all the Jackson locations. And she's lived in Gary her whole life, and she's a big Michael Jackson fan, a friend of the family, a fan of the family. I spoke with the lady from the Jackson Honors this morning. I spoke with a couple other 11:49. Okay, thank you. So she should be here in about 11 minutes. When she gets here, I'm gonna log off quick, and I want to post this so we don't lose it. Oh my God, Shirley on before Wendy. What is this world? What is this world coming to? Shirley 47 minutes late. Wendy 49 minutes late. Canada. I don't know what this. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna log off quick when she comes. Let me just show you a couple things here quick. That was our tribute to Joseph Jackson. If you missed it, oh, I didn't show this. Oh, yeah, I was gonna close with this. Were you, Shirley? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so here we go. Oh, yeah, by the way, happy 40th birthday to Judith Hill. I'll play something in a minute. Hang on for there. We're still not giving up hope on Judith, but we're kind of running out of time a little. Okay. One of our pages, Forest Lawn Flowers for Michael Jackson. We've completed our second month in a row. Last Sunday was Rachel Jett. Rachel, we thank you. And this week will be Tina Reed. This will be a special week. It's Mother's Day. So I'm going to have to put the order in a little early. This here was from Rachel yesterday, Sunday. And these were... This is what was out at Forest Lawn. So it's good to see. Maybe we're starting something. I don't know, but I know our group has done it. So every week, just let me know if you want to be part, or just here's the page. Forest Lawn Flowers for Michael Jackson. Okay, yeah, this is actually a page. Okay, that's a page, and this is our other group. We got to read. Oh, no, I have to switch back to my other account. Go to groups. Ron P is live. Again. I'm having the greatest week in this town. I can't tell you, people. We're going to talk about it. Love letters and appreciation for Mrs. Catherine Jackson. Her 94th birthday the other day. And we have... I showed some of these online. If you want to leave a message, we did our flowers for her, of course. Wait, is that the page? Oh, what am I missing? Love letters. Yeah, where are the letters? Okay, I got to scroll down. It's been a couple of days. So, just here, just leave your name, and we're gonna try and once again, cars. I mean, there's really more people here than Forest Lawn. I could tell you that. I have some other thoughts on that too. So you guys, all right. So we're gonna ride around Gary. I'm gonna pack all this up here, and you guys once again will be at the Jackson concert Saturday, May 11th, 8 o'clock, the Hard Rock Gary. I'm gonna bring the poster. I'm gonna ask the brothers to sign this here, and our flowers are hanging in there. I wanted them to put them up front there, but the brothers are probably going to come in town Thursday or Friday. So if these can hang in there a couple more days, we'll be good. Once again, it was Jackie's birthday on Saturday, and of course Mrs. Jackson's birthday on Saturday. So, all right, for those that just tuning in, here's the house. That's the second house they own. There's just souvenirs in there, and so hopefully the lady, hopefully my tour guide's coming. I'm gonna log off. Yes, I put water. Yes, Crystal. That's why they're still alive. Thank you. Temperature is every day. It goes from 80 to 60 to 70 to 50 to 80. It's today is cloudy. Cloudy, which is not a bad thing, and no wind and no rain, which is a good thing. I heard souvenirs, shirts, things. It's not open to the public. Shirley should work for TMZ. She's like an investigative reporter. I don't know. I heard this, Wendy. I heard. I just saw in the news that they're closing the Canadian airport on Wednesday for 5 days. I don't know if it's true. I think it's a pilot strike or the air traffic control. No, I'm joking. Wendy will be here. Okay. So yeah. So the Jacksons own both of the properties. Just speaking with people, there was talk of a museum. There, obviously, it's a residential neighborhood zoning. I found out from some people that live here that you have to have a permit. Like they have to shut down the street here when they do this. And this is a one-way street, so they have food trucks and things. So it's a big party. I decided for you guys that want to plan ahead. So next August 29th, I'm definitely coming here for Michael's birthday. It's a little late this year. We kind of have stuff going on, and then the Jacksons are in concert in California August 30th and 31st. So I'm going to be at both those, but definitely next year. And I'm even thinking maybe come here when the movie is released next year. It's going to be around Bubbles' birthday. So if I'm in Florida, I kind of don't. I'm kind of Hollywood burned out, kind of. It'd be kind of nice. I've had the greatest time here. Every single part. Yeah, you can leave your car. Here, you can't do this in Los Angeles. I can barely do this at Forest Lawn. Okay? There is no... we're going to... Listen. Hopefully we're going to show this in about 10 minutes. You're going to see a side of Gary that for some reason you haven't shown, that the media doesn't show. Hopefully the lady will have some thoughts on that. I'll let her do most of the speaking. I'm just going to be the cameraman. I have a little music in the background to kind of tie in with what we're doing. And I'm hoping she comes if you're out there. And it should be good. So okay, let me log up. Do you guys have anything? I'll talk about the merchandise. I saw some people asking about that. Yeah, I have some updates on that. I'm still waiting. I don't have all the pictures. They added a jacket, a hoodie jacket was $50. That was nice. No, people do not live in the Jackson house. No, Melissa, no. We'll do some writings, for those over here. I put everyone's name on the fence here the other day, and of course, Kashmir is here, and we're going to be back out here. Well, I'm going to be out here every day, but we're going to be out here Friday. Our friend Drew, who helped, is going to be dancing. Mateo, I think Shania, and maybe a little something from Kashmir. That's all I'm going to say. So, as we get closer, we're going to talk about the poster, of course. And, of course, the Jacksons Lifetime Achievement Award. So, all right, final. Any questions? Anybody have anything? Just give me about maybe 5 minutes. Hopefully she's on the way. I'm going to post this. and we didn't get blocked today, so that was good. So give me about 5 minutes. I'll log on. The time check again. I'm sorry. Is it the 12 yet? Sarah, I haven't seen what. It's scarier in Los Angeles. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. 11:59. Okay. All right. Hopefully she's on the way. Let me log off. I'm going to pack up the car. So let's log on in about 5 minutes, and hopefully she's on the way. She might be sending me a message, which is in my other, which is in the car. So, all right. Give me about 5 minutes. Thanks everybody for watching. We did our tribute today to the Hawk, to Papa Joe. This is where they started, and we all know the story. Arguably the greatest entertainment business manager. I don't think that's even up for debate. So, all right, Joseph, we thank you, and you guys, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, bye for now from 2300 Jackson Street. Always home.